This is a drunken James on I think it's a Thursday, or no, sorry, a Friday morning. Well, you cannot see my face. I am the faceless man. So, it's been a couple days again since I've done one of these things, and I'm sure you cannot see me at all considering how dark it is out. Anyway, so, it's been a busy couple of days, and I haven't been able to do anything with the YouTubes in the meantime. But I think I last spoke to you when I was in Kamloops, which was a relatively small and boring town in which nothing much happened except for the stuff that we did outside of the town. It was kind of a stopover between there and Jasper, and we went to Jasper, and from Jasper we did a few interesting things, one of which was see Jasper the bear, which is a stone figurine of a bear that was not real at all and was kind of less interesting than it sounds, but anyway, I'm going to jump ahead of myself if I let myself. So, I think the last thing that I told you guys about, you guys being the internet, the audience, the fabled audience of the internet, was that I went kayaking, and I was about to go rafting, that's correct. So I went rafting, which was alright. The rapids weren't very rapid. Apparently the highest they can go is to class 3, which is like, ooh, instead of being, ah. So the rapids were only slightly rapid. It was more mild than anything else. But yeah, so we went over that, and in glacial waters, which are all of a light blue to light green colour due to rock flour, which is caused by the glaciers carving into the rock and creating small particulate matter, which then creates Rayleigh scattering and makes the light blue, because that's the easiest colour that we can see. My face is gone again. It'll be back in a second. There's a light ahead. So anyway, so I went whitewater rafting, which was fun, and I think I have photos of myself from that somebody else took. The guy on the shore took, I think. I'm not entirely certain about that, but anyway. So, and at the end of that, I jumped into the water, as did everybody else on the boat, and we floated after the boat with our feet in the rope, just chilling in the glacial waters, the 9-degree glacial waters. It was nice cold water. So that was pretty much all that we did on that day. Anyway, today was a very good day. Today was the day that we travelled between Jasper and Banff, which is where I am now. I am here now in the dark. Anyway, Banff is where I am now. The locals probably hates me because I'm talking in the middle of the night at about 1 o'clock at night, I think it is. So today we had a very big day of travelling between Jasper and Banff. I have no idea how long we actually drove for, about 5 hours, but we stopped at every interesting and significant landmark between there and here, and it was great. We saw glaciers like crazy. I walked on a glacier, and then I took a helicopter ride. The glacier was cool. I got a bottle full of glacier water. If I do that, does it help? No, it doesn't help. Anyway, so you might have a video full of blank darkness and vague lights. This is the town of Banff, or at least the outskirts of the town of Banff. Very, very outskirts. It took a few minute cab ride to get to here, and Banff isn't that big itself, so outskirts. But that over there, if I'm pointing the camera in the correct direction, is the sign to the hotel in which we're staying, which is kind of a chalet. I'm sharing the chalet with Greg, the accountant from New Zealand, and what's his name? Francesco, from, of Italy heritage, but he's actually a Canadian. From, what day is that shadow coming from? Oh, it's my hand. Anyway, Francesco, the Canadian who has Italian heritage, who is from the other side. I think he's from Ottawa, which is where a bunch of people who I've met are from. I think I've gone off on a tangent, and I don't know where I was at, but I went to a glacier, and it was really cool, both in the literal and the figurative sense. Yeah, and the science thing that was cool about it was that, you know how trees, there's a study of trees called dendrochronology, which means that which is the study of the rings of the trees to see how long the winter and the summer was and how it changes, that the rings change depending on years, basically. Glaciers have a similar thing, and I'm going to get the name wrong, but it's like meridians. It's not meridians, it's something starting with M and I've forgotten the name, but at any rate, basically the glacier pushes forward, creates a massive pile of dirt, and then the glacier recedes during the winter and the pile of dirt stays there. So if you have successively smaller pushes and recesses, you get like a sequential set of the what's-a-majiggas, things that I can't remember the name of, which is really cool. It means you can like judge how far the things receded every year, provided it didn't have a better year this year than it did last year, because then it would overwrite the ones that it's already done. And it did gigantic piles of rubble and random crap and dirt and stuff, and it's very, very interesting. I thought it was very, very interesting. Probably nobody else even paid attention. And they had these trees that were near the glacier, and they were pine trees because it was alpine region, or possibly even, no, subalpine, because alpine means that there's no trees. But yes, so there was trees, and the wind coming off the glacier is so cold that the side of the tree that is closest to the glacier becomes dead, or frozen rather. The sap in the tree becomes frozen, and then there's a car. Oh god, there's a car. And then the nothing grows on that side of it. So you have a tree which is like a stick, and then leaves and nothing. It's very cool, very interesting looking. I think I got some photos of that, but I'm not entirely certain. Anyway, so after that, we drove for some more. We saw a beautiful lake which was blue, and I think it was a lake which the name I can't remember. You know, I think I even skipped a day here. I think I did skip a day. I'll keep talking about this day, and then I'll go back to the day before this day. So later on in today, which is now yesterday, same car? Same car. Today, which is now yesterday, I also went on a helicopter ride, which went over all the areas, the gigantic mountains. We were driving for a while, but one of the things that we drove to, I'm at 7 minutes and 30 seconds already, and I haven't even told you half of the stuff that has happened in the past single day. Anyway, we drove through the endless range of mountains, which was pretty much endless. I think it ended sometime before we got to Banff, but it was still freaking endless. And there was mountains everywhere, all beautiful, and they, like, probably an eighth of them had glaciers living on them. By living on them, I mean moving down them. And I went on a helicopter ride which went around a bunch of these. I can't remember which ones specifically, which mountains we saw on the helicopter ride, but there was most of them, or at least a lot of them. And we went across, flew over another lake which was blue. Not like blue as in the ocean blue, or blue as in reflecting from the sky blue, but blue because it was blue, because of the Rayleigh scattering of the particulate matter, which is stirred up within due to the rock flour coming off the liquid which is going into it, which is the water that comes from the glacier. And it was very, very, very cool, to say the least. And on the previous day, so I'm going backwards in time here, the previous day we went on a cruise. It was another day of partial driving. We went on a cruise through to Spirit Island. To Spirit Island, which is the photographer's dream, pretty much. It was like a lake and a glacier and another glacier and a pretty island, and it was terrific. I got lots of photos of that. I think I'm up to like 10,000 photos on my phone, and I'm surprised it can take that many. But anyway, I'm at like 9 minutes and 30 seconds, so I don't have much time left to yabber on about nothing. But tomorrow, I go horseback riding. I don't even know where I'm going horseback riding, but I am going on a horse to somewhere, to an unknown location, which will be awesome as well, I'm certain, due to the fact that the rest of this place, this stuff that I have been doing, has been pretty damn cool. And then I'm going to karaoke. And anybody out there in the internet lands who knows me knows that I thoroughly enjoy karaoke and will carry the oki until I cannot carry it any further. Probably until I'm the only one left in the bar.